Welcome. In this playthrough Marvel Champions card game, we start another expert scenario of the Rise of the Red Skull, this time teaming up Thor with Miss Marvel. So I've been through the campaigns before, so we are starting with CROSSBONES, and we're doing the typical setup, except for expert, CROSSBONES 2 and 3. Got 3 main schemes, and counter sets going to be set up with CROSSBONES, experimental weapons, Hydra Assault, Weapon Master, Legions of Hydra, Standard, and Expert. So a closer look at those cards. CROSSBONES will be starting with a Scheme of 2, Attack of 2. While he has a weapon attachment, he gains Piercing, and when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for his machine gun and attach it to CROSSBONES, and then shuffle the encounter deck. 14 health per player, so starting with 28. His machine gun is going to come in with 2 per player ammo counters. Force Interrupt. When he attacks you, remove an ammo counter from this card. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. Take indirect damage equal to the number of boost icons on the discarded card. And for our first main scheme, it's just going over the setup from the book. 3 per player, so threshold of 6. When revealed, reveal the top card of the experimental weapons deck. And we've got those cards here. We'll get those shuffled in a bit. And our heroes, did a quick poll with YouTube members asking for a team up of heroes that I haven't played too much. So Thor was definitely going to be the first one we had in here. So he's got a thwart of 1, attack of 2, defense of 2. Have at these response after you engage a minion, draw 2 cards. In size of 4, hit points 14. Alter ego side, recovery 4. It's worthy action. Search your deck and discard pile for the Mjolnir upgrade. Add it to your hand and shuffle your deck in a hand size of 5 on that side. He's going with the power of aggression. I'll go over deck construction at the end of the video. Miss Marvel, another thwart of 1. Attack of 1, defense of 1. Her ability response after you play an attack, thwart, or defense event, exhaust Miss Marvel to return that event to your hand. Hand size of 5, hit points of 10. And alter ego side, recovery of 5. Teen Spirit, as an action, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a Miss Marvel card. And add that card to your hand. A hand size of 6, and she'll be starting out with Justice. So finish our setup here, shuffle our counter stack. Then we're going to take our experimental weapons, give them a good shuffle, and see what CROSSBONES will start with. So in addition to his machine gun, got a laser rifle, +1 attack, attached to the villain. When he attacks, he gains the range trait. So if we had retaliate, that wouldn't work. Here are actions, spend an energy and physical resource to discard the card. And then the rest of them hang out over here. For Thor, we're going to get 5 cards to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relentless Assault, Power of Aggression, Energy, Lightning Strike, and Battle Fury. Not impressed with any of these. So we'll keep Energy. Get over here, Relentless Assault, Mean Swing, and Tigra. So not an ideal start for him. Kamala will get 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So Bruno, Endurance, Wiggle Room, Strength, Suit, and for Justice. So I'm good with those. So we'll pitch 3, Spider-Man, Downtime, and Amir. So start with him. Going looking for his hammer. All right, that was coming up soon. Shuffle our deck back. So that's going to give us +1 attack and the aerial trait. Flip over. And let's see here. We will put in Tigra. 4 to 1 attack of 2. After she attacks and defeats a minion, heal 1 damage from her. Except we're not going to pay with the Mean Swing. Use energy and get over here for that. She'll come in and swing for 2. Down to 26. Use the Relentless Assault to bring in our hammer. Attacking as a base 3. When your hero makes a basic attack, exhaust a weapon upgrade on your hero. Hero gets +3 attack, so we're swinging for 6. Down to 20. Then Kamala will use her ability, discarding cards until we find a Miss Marvel card, finding big hands. We will bring in Amir, using Spider-Man to pay for him. Then as an alter ego action, exhaust him, place a card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck, then draw a card. Go ahead and put Spider-Man on the bottom. Drawing into Under Surveillance. We'll put in a polymer suit. So as a hero resource, exhaust that to generate a wild resource for an event. Then we're going to bring in Bruno. It's an alter ego action, exhaust him to attach 1 card from your hand face down here. Then as a regular action, exhaust to add up to 3 cards attached here to your hand. Then we'll do some surveillance work, attach the main scheme to increase the threat value by 4. And flip over and swing for 1. Down to 19. Ending our turn. So not the best setup, but not bad. 4 cards, got the Hulk, Lady Sif, Get Over Here, and a Mean Swing. 5 cards on this side. Genius, Nick Fury, Power of Justice, Nakia, and Endurance. 2 threat on her main scheme. Goes to attack over here. Uses his machine gun. Taking 2 indirect damage. Then I think we're just going to take the damage. Base 3. Okay, 6 damage. That might have been a mistake. Attacking on this side. She's going to take it. Well, first, some indirect damage. Taking 2. Then a base 3. 4 damage. All right, so that didn't go well. Counter cards. Of course, Thor is our first player. That's not a good start. Madam Hydra can't take damage while the Legions of Hydra side scheme's in play. Currently it's not, but it will. After she schemes or attacks, place 2 threat on the Legions of Hydra side scheme. Then raid the armory. Insight 1. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a weapon attachment is discarded, and then reveal that card. So, looking for a weapon attachment. So we're going to go through our whole deck, it looks like. This is not a good start at all. That's armor. Goodness. All right, he found a knife. +1 attack. Spend a mental and physical resource to discard it, and it's got piercing. No, not a good first turn at all. So we are going to bring in Nick Fury with 4. And we're going to use his ability to draw 3 cards. Agent Coulson, Wiggle Room, and a Sneak By. We'll then play Sneak By as a hero action, using the suit to pay for 1 of them, remove 3 threat from a scheme. Then we're going to play Nakia. We can exhaust her to reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1 as an alter ego action. We are going to flip over and heal for 5, up to 9. Use her ability. She found Sneak By. We will use him to place a card from our discard pile on the bottom and then draw a card. We're going to go Coulson. Found a Spycraft. Make the next card we play one cheaper. We'll go ahead and play Spycraft. Play only if you control a spy character. Nick Fury is a spy. It's an interrupt. When you reveal an encounter card, discard this, cancel the effects of the card, and discard it. Then reveal another card from the encounter deck. Then we'll use Bruno. Exhaust him, attach one card from your hand face down here. And Nick will swing for 2. Oh, I did forget. He would have drawn 2 cards because of Madam Hydra being engaged with him. Kind of want to get some allies out, or else I'd be playing the hammer throw. Instead, going to attack for 3. Then after she attacks, defeats a minion, heal a damage from her. She's going to swing, defeating Madam Hydra. Heal, then take a damage. Then we're going to bring in Lady Sif. Yep, with those 4. After she enters play, ready Thor. She'll come in and swing for 2. Down to 17. Thor swings for 3 more, down to 14. And we're just going to hold on to Hulk. Ending our turn. Drawing 3 more cards. Defenders of the Realm. Mean Swing and his helmet. And we kept Hulk there. 5 cards on this side. Clear the area. Energy. Red Dagger. Another clear the area. And for Justice. To threat. Goes to attack. Shoots us with their gun for nothing. And I know that's confusing. That is not a boost icon, even though it does trigger boost events. So he's attacking. Nick defends. So base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess I forgot the scheme over here, so I'll go back. Scheming for 2. We'll look at the right deck. Scheming for 4. Takes us up to 6 out of 10. We already did the attack. Now on counter cards. Well, we're already almost through the stack. Shadow of the Past. Scheme. All right. When you reveal an encounter card, which we just did, cancel the effects of that card, discard it, and reveal another one. I think that's worthy of that. So instead, we're going to get into a Surge. After we get an acceleration token, do some shuffling. All right. An assault, when defeated, Crossbones activates against the player who defeated the scheme, coming out with 4. And on Thor, he's got a Hydra Bomber. When revealed, choose to either take 2 damage or place a threat on the main scheme. Well, if threat's a problem, we'll take the 2 damage. Pass first player. 2 health, easy for Tigra. She attacks, takes him out, heals 1, then takes her consequential damage. Thor goes to swing for base 3. We'll add another 3 on top of that, so 6 damage, down to 8. Lady Sif feels like she needs to help in the thwart department. Then I'm going to bring Hulk in, but as you can see, this deck is not meant for him to attack. He's just coming in for defense. So over to here, she's going to use her ability to go looking for a Miss Marvel card. Finding Shrink. So when you play a thwart event, exhaust this to increase the amount of threat that event removes by 2. So we will go ahead and put that in play. So an action will exhaust him to add the card under him to our hand to sneak by. We'll use his ability to put sneak by on the bottom and draw a card to get a sneak by. Then use her to reduce the cost of the next card we play this phase by 1. Flip over. We're going to clear the area, removing 2 threat from a scheme, using that to make this card cheaper. Removes the last threat on the scheme, draw a card. So we've removed the last of that. We're drawing a card into big hands. But Crossbones is going to activate against us. So attacking, it's going to shoot with our gun. Does empty that off. Doing no damage at least. Attacking for a base 4. And, well, Hulk will take it. He's just not going to live through it, unfortunately. Hulk is gone. So we're going to sneak by, using the suit to pay for one of those resources, removing 5 threat. Then go ahead and thwart for 1. Then we're going to bring in Red Dagger for 3, thwart of 2, attack of 2, 3 health. Or let me just rethink that. Can I get rid of both those items? Nope, can't get rid of any of them. All right, so we're bringing him in. When he's defeated, we can spend 2 resources of different types, deal 2 damage to an enemy, and return him to our hand, but he's just going to come in and swing for 2. Down to 6. Probably should have flipped Thor over. We'll give him another turn. Drawing 5 cards here. Mockingbird, clear the area, big hands, quake, and for justice. Helicarrier, combat training, a hammer throw, and defender of the 9 realms. So 3 threat. Attacking Thor, Lady Sif jumps in the way. Base 4, 5 damage. Attacking over here, Red Dagger jumps in the way. If you are in hero form, the villain attacks you after this activation. Do not deal out any boost cards for that attack. It's still not good because that's still 4 damage, which she'll just take. So down to 5. Counter cards. Got a Flame Soldier, Scheme 1, attack 1 with 4 health. If it makes an undefended attack against you, discard a support you control. Then Legions of Hydra. Madam Hydra is not in play. Searching counter deck and discard pile 4. Put her into play, engage with you, then shuffle the encounter deck. Place 2 additional threat here for each Hydra enemy in play. He would have drawn 2 cards. Lightning Strike and Mockingbird. I think we shuffled her back in. So there's Madam Hydra back. Get this shuffled. So we've got 3 Hydra enemies in play. So we're adding a total of 6. So that gets 9 threat on it. And we pass first player. All right, we're going to play an event using this to make it a mental resource. So we can remove 4 threat, 5, 6. We will thwart for 1. Clear the area, removing 2 threat and then drawing a card. Getting some downtime. Then we're going to flip over, use her ability we found in Biggin. Then we'll use a mirror Throw a sneak by on the bottom. Draw into Spider-Man. We'll then bring Spider-Man down here with Bruno. Make the next card we play one cheaper. We'll put downtime on Thor because he's going to need it here eventually. Ending her turn. We are going to do a hammer throw. So exhaust Mjolnir, deal 8 damage to an enemy, return it to her hand, and this attack gains overkill. So 6 damage, 2 overkill. Put it back in play. Swing for 3 on here. Then attack and take it out. Healing and taking another damage. Ending your turn, we're going to keep the helicarrier. So 6 cards over here, we get 3. And an encounter card and shuffle. And 3 more cards. Clear the area for justice and another helicarrier. And over here, 3 cards, Defender of the 9 Realms, a hammer throw, and another Asgard weapon. 3 threat. Goes to Scheme. Base 2, 3, 4. Just what it needed. So we are moving on to 2A, the Infinity Stone. When revealed, reveal the top card of the Experimental Weapons deck, and we get 2 threat per player on that. And we found the Energy Shield. He gets Retaliate 1. We can spend an energy and mental to discard this. Then attacking over here. Tiger has got to defend or we're in big trouble. So base 4, 6. Counter cards. Hydra Bomber. Choose either take 2 damage or place a threat on the main scheme. Place a threat. Then he's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. And when he would take any amount of damage, place it here instead. If there's 5 or more damage here, discard this. +1 scheme, +1 attack. All right. This has not been going well at all. Well, on this side of the board, we're bringing in a helicarrier. Gets us time to build. We're going to flip over, heal for 6, so we're up to 10. This side of the board makes more room for her. We'll go ahead and put a card in her hand. Getting Spider-Man. Use her ability. Finding some wiggle room. See, we'll use a mirror. Put that on the bottom of her stack and draw a card. To Endurance. Make her next card 1 cheaper. To bring in a helicarrier. And recover for 5 up to 10. Flip over. Make her next card 1 cheaper. Pay using this. To remove 3 threat, we'll make it 5 threat. We will clear the area, removing 2 threat and then drawing a card. Big hands. And we're going to bring in Agent Coulson. He lets us go looking for a preparation card. We'll get Spycraft and just put that in our hand and shuffle. And he'll just go ahead and swing for one. Ending our turn. So Coulson's not going to be around next turn probably, so I'll go ahead and discard that. Drawing 5. We got some wiggle room, big hands, clear the area, sneak by, and Nick Fury. Over here, power of aggression, Asgard, Spider Girl, strength, and relentless assault. 3 threat. Goes to scheme for base 3, 5. We're up to 8. Attacking over here for base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coulson jumps in the way. See, boost, give him a tough status card. Then we get hit for 1, down to 9. So encounter cards. Hydra Soldier with guard and when defeated, we get an encounter card. And Hell Hydra. Each Hydra minion engaged with the hero makes an attack against that hero. Each player who was not attacked this way searches encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion, puts it into play, engage with them, and shuffles the encounter deck. So just note this is put into play and not revealed. So we're not in hero form here. Attacking for 1. And then we'll bring in the Hydra Bomber. That's a when revealed ability, so it doesn't activate. And we pass first player. So Miss Marvel is going to clear the area with her polymer suit, removing 4 threat. Bring that card back to her hand. We will bring in Nick Fury, using his ability to deal 4 damage to an enemy. To get rid of the Hydra Soldier. Then swing for 2 to get rid of the Hydra Bomber. So we're going to play Helicarrier for here, along with another Helicarrier. Bringing in Spider Girl for free. After you play her, we can stun and confuse a minion. Then, let's see. Yep, she's going to attack Crossbones, which will go after toughness first. And she gets retaliated on. And we're going to heal for 4 or 6, which is ultimately 4. Flip over. Going to Relentless Assault over on this side, getting some overkill. So this soaks up 1. 4 breaks through, which will sit on his armor. Then, since we don't have enough put in play, we're going to discard those so we've got a physical and mental to get rid of the combat knife. And end our turn. This next round is going to hurt. So 4 cards. Genius, get over here. God of Thunder. There's our nice resources. About time. A little late. Then downtime. Power of Justice. Red Dagger, Under Surveillance, and Big Hands. So 3 threat. Attacking over here, Nick Fury jumps in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Attacking over here, we'll defend for 6 damage. So 4 breaks through, down to 10. Deal out some encounter cards. Villain attacks you. Not good. She only has 1 defense. 4. She should live through this. So 5 damage coming in, down to 3. Over here, it's going to allow him to draw 2 cards. And scheming. 3. Give him a tough status card. So 10 out of 12. All right, so we lived through that. So, God of Thunder. Hero resource, exhaust this to generate energy. Looks familiar. Make your next card 1 cheaper. Bring in Brawn. After he attacks, remove a threat from a scheme, so he will attack. Gets rid of toughness. Yes, toughness goes first before that happens. Retaliated on. And removes a threat. We are going to bring in Under Surveillance to increase that. See if that will save us a little bit longer. Reduce the cost of our next card. Yes, reduce the cost of our next card. 4 damage to an enemy. Taking out this soldier. We are going to flip over, heal for 5. Go up to 8. Use her ability. Going through her deck. All right, Found and Biggin. Next card we play would be reduced by 1. Bringing in Red Dagger, who will thwart for 2. And Mirror. I'm going to throw Sneak By on the bottom. Drawing into Clear the Area. And we'll put that under Bruno. All right, so that ends her turn. Drawing 4. We'll start with 2, get in a counter card, and then shuffle and get 2 more. All right. Power of Aggression and Spider Girl. And then 6 cards. Daredevil for Justice. Energy for Justice. Genius. And Mockingbird. So 3 threat. We're 10 out of 16. Attacking over here. So base 1, 2, 3, 4. Red Dagger will jump in the way. 5 damage. Scheming over here for 1, 2, 3. This card resolves during an undefended attack. It isn't. So 13 out of 16. Deal out some encounter cards. So we're in hero form. Discard X card from the top of the counter deck where X is his attack. Take an indirect damage for each boost icon. So it's 4 cards. And 4 damage. Could have been a lot worse. We'll put it all on Thor, down to 6. Oh, Madam Hydra's coming back. Good to know. So that'll be 7 threat. And he draws 2 cards, Asgard and a Lightning Strike. And then Under Fire, Surge. When revealed, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. So we're getting 2 more cards. First one is a Surge, so Cornered Staff. Discard 1 card per player from the top of the encounter deck. Place an additional threat here for each boost icon discarded this way. So 3. That's getting 6. And we still have one more coming. Hydra Soldier. Another acceleration token, and shuffle. We're not even through the first version of Crossbones. Who knew? All right. So her max health is 10. So no point healing. We'll use his ability, put red dagger on the bottom, draw a card, getting strength. Bruno's ability to get clear the area. Her ability, next card we play is going to be one cheaper. Her ability, sneak by. All right, alter ego stuff is done. Flipping over. All right, we'll start with For Justice. 4 threat, 5, 6 threat. Cornered Staff is taken care of. Oh wait, our first card was going to be one cheaper. So we paid with that. So we'll do this for 4. Make our next card one cheaper. Bringing in Mockingbird. Stunning Crossbones. Thwarting for 1. Then we'll clear the area, removing 2 threats and drawing a card. Into red dagger, getting an encounter card and shuffling. As for him with Helicarrier, bringing in red dagger. He will swing for 2. On Madam Hydra. Let's see. Thwarting for 1, just in case it matters. Let's see, 12, we're going to get 4. Brawn will attack for 1. Which removes a threat. Thor swinging for 3. Spider-Girl comes in, stuns and confuse a minion. Thwarting for 1. Let's see, we're going to go lightning and a mental resource. Get rid of energy shield. Then we'll use our other lightning with those 2 to bring in Valkyrie, dealing 3 damage to a minion when she comes in. And then swinging for 2, which will take care of this. And that will end her turn. So 4 cards for Asgard. Relentless Assault, Power of Aggression, and a Mean Swing. Here, Wiggle Room, Big Hands, Strength, Quake, and Spycraft. So 4 more threat takes us to 14 out of 16. Goes to attack over here. We lose stunned on both of these. Goes to attack over here. Spider Girl defends for base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then encounter cards. Hydra Flame Soldier. Getting 2 more encounter cards. Each Hydra minion engaged with your hero attacks. And each player who was not attacked this way searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion. So Mockingbird will defend against that one. So it's not undefended. Brawn will defend against that one. Well, no, we'll just take the 2 down to 6. And then Thor's going to get 1. And he's going to have 2 health. And a when revealed ability that's not going to go or trigger. And draw 2 cards. Mean Swing and Relentless Assault. And the villain attacks you. If they have a weapon, gain Surge. Actually, I think that's over. Pretend like I didn't see that. I think we still have another card on this side. Got another Flame Soldier coming in. Now we get this. So Brawn will take this one. 4 damage. Surge. When defeated, Crossbones activates against the player who defeated the scheme. Pass first player. And things are not getting any better for us. So I kind of want to clear the board before I flip him over. So Valkyrie to the Hydra Bomber. But I don't think it's going to matter. So we're going to do a Relentless Assault into this guy. So 1. 4 breaks through, which is enough to take down Crossbones. So finally done with the first version. We're going to get another Experimental Weapons, and he's going to have 32 health. And that's going to be some gauntlets. After the attached villain attacks and damages you, discard 1 card from your hand. We can spend a mental and physical to get rid of that. Going to do another Relentless Assault. Down to 31. Swinging for 3, 6. Take care of this one. So over here. All right, thwarting for 2. Make your next card cheaper by 2. To bring in Quake to thwart for 1. We'll thwart for another 1. We're going to bring in Spycraft because we have Mockingbird in play. So play only if you have a spy. When you reveal an encounter card, discard this, cancel the effects of that card, and discard it. Then reveal another from the encounter deck. Then Big Hands for 4 damage. Down to 27. Ending our turn because we're afraid to flip over to Alter Ego. So as an Alter Ego action, we'll discard that, drawing 4. Got our Helmet, Hulk, Relentless Assault, and a Hammer Throw. 5 cards, Power of Justice, Agent Coulson, Embiggen, Nick, and for Justice. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15 out of 16. Crossbones attacks, defending with Valkyrie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 damage. Then attacking over here, Mockingbird jumps in front of this one for 5. Counter cards. Villain in each minion engaged with you attacks you. So Quake. So you give him a tough status. And got some indirect damage. Discard X card from the top of the deck where X is his attack. So 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indirect damage. We go down to 1 health. Pass turn. All right, for justice. Removing 4 threats. Make that 6 threats. Actually, could have used that to pay for 1. We'll pay for it this way. Then we got the flip over. We're going to heal for 5 up to 6 health. Use our ability. So we got sneak by. We'll use a mirror. We'll put a For Justice on the bottom. Drawing into a For Justice. Make the next card we play 1 cheaper. Bringing in Nick Fury for 3. And we're going to use him to draw 3 cards. Snake by, Wiggle Room, and the Power of Justice. Then we're going to bring in Agent Coulson and go looking for a preparation card. And our other one must still be in our deck. Yep, Counterintelligence. Make our next card 1 cheaper. To bring in Counterintelligence. So an interrupt on any amount of threat would be placed on the main scheme. Discard this to prevent 3 of that threat. Then Nick attacks to get rid of toughness. Coulson thwarts for 2. We're done over here. Health is a concern. We're going to bring in our helmet to give us +5 hit points, taking us up to 11. Going to swing for 3, down to 24. Make our next card 1 cheaper. And we're just going to bring the Hulk in for some defense. And save that for next round, I guess. All right. So 3 more cards on this side. Tigra, Defender of the 9 Realms, and Genius. 6 cards on this side. Endurance for Justice, Big Hands ×2, another Endurance, and clear the area. 5 threat, so we're up to 12. Scheming over here. Well, actually, instead of 5, we'll make it just 2. Then scheming for 2, 3. Attacking, Nick jumps in the way. 4. It's undefended, so we're good. Or it is defended. And counter cards. Hide your soldier with guard. And a master plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. Alright, I was getting used to that anyway. Pass first player. So swinging for 3. We are going to make our next card cheaper. Doing a hammer throw with our 2 Gods of Thunder. Exhaust our hammer, deal 8 damage to an enemy, return it to our hand, the attack gains overkill. So soaks up 1. Get in the counter card, 7 breaks through, down to 17. And I think if I went all out, I'm still going to be short of defeating him. So Hulk will stay where he's at. We'll bring in Tigra. She'll swing for 2. Down to 15. We're going to heal for 5. Well, actually, I don't know if it matters. Let's see. Reduce the cost of our next card by 1 to bring in Endurance. Taking us up to 9. Heal for 5. Which is going to take us up to 13. Use our ability. We find a sneak by. We'll use Amir's ability. For big hands on the bottom. And Daredevil. Make our next card 1 cheaper. To play Endurance on this side of the board, taking him up to 14. Then we'll flip over, using our suit, reducing 4, 5, 6 threat. Coulson to thwart for 2. Then we'll do big hands for 4. Down to 11. So hopefully we just need to survive this next round. Ending our turn. Keeping those cards. So 3 more. Hammer Throw, Mockingbird, and Battle Fury. 4 more, Spider-Man, Downtime, Genius, and For Justice. 5 threat. Attacking. Coulson defends. 4. Well, it gets tough. Attack over here. He defends. For 5 damage. Counter cards. Quick Strike, doing 2 damage. That I don't want to take, so Hulk will. And we draw 2 cards. Counter attack and an Asgard weapon. And on this side, Shadows of the Past, which we're going to Spycraft out of. Home by Dawn. Let's see, discard 1 persona support you control. If no support was discarded this way. Yeah, I don't think it matters, so we'll just flip over and exhaust. And the Jet Trooper. So yeah, that saved us from taking 2 damage. Pass first player. Alright, so we'll do our ability. So it should find it in big in here, or big hands. We'll get in the counter card and shuffle. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Make our next card we play one cheaper. We'll bring in Daredevil. We'll use a mirror to put Genius on the bottom and draw a card. We'll thwart for 2, which does the damage to an enemy to get rid of toughness. We will flip over. Well, I guess before we flip over, just in case I mess my math up, we'll put Spider-Man down here. Then we're going to do big hands, using our suit to deal 4 damage to an enemy. My math will be fine. Down to 7. Make the next card over here one cheaper to bring in our hammer. Swing for 3. We'll go ahead and take out the trooper. We'll swing for 2. We'll bring in Mockingbird. She can stun an enemy and swing for 1 damage. Down to 6. Make our next card one cheaper. God of Thunder. So exhaust our hammer, deal 8 damage to an enemy, return it to her hand. This attack gains overkill. So soaks up 1, 7 breaks through. Didn't need all that. Basically, I'm just taking out all the enemies because I could. And hopefully I got that without too many mistakes. So Thor and Miss Marvel finally found a way to get through Crossbones. For our victory, each player chooses one of the tech upgrades and adds it to our deck. So we've got adrenal stems. All these are going to be set up so they'll start and play our next round. They'll have a hero action that says discard this card and remove it from the campaign log. So the stems, ready your hero and heal 5 damage from them, which I'm going to bring in for Miss Marvel. Laser cannon, deal 5 damage to the villain and each enemy engaged with you, which I'm going to give to Thor. And the 2 not getting used. Search your deck and discard pile for an ally, put it into play and give it a tough status card, and just draw 5 cards. We'll also record our remaining hit points. I was able to get them all back up to their max or after that, so we'll be starting scenario 2 with our max health. And that will be against Absorbing Man. So for our deck construction, Miss Marvel, 2 Power of Justice, 3 Clear the Areas, 3 for Justice, Daredevil, Spider-Man, Quake, Agent Coulson for allies. Then because of him, Spycraft and Counterintelligence, give him some cards to search for, and Under Surveillance. Basic cards, got our 3 resources. Helicarrier, 2 downtimes, 2 endurance. Basically, she's carrying them for herself and for Thor. And we've got Mockingbird and Nick Fury. And for Thor, Power of Aggression, 2 of the powers of aggressions, 3 get over here, 3 mean swings, 3 relentless assaults, Brawn, Hulk, Tigra, Spider-Girl, and Valkyrie, then a whole bunch of one-shots, combat training, Hall of Heroes, another weapon for him, counterattack, and Battle Fury. And his basic cards, just his 3 resources, a Helicarrier, and Mockingbird. That's my deck construction for Scenario 1 versus Crossbones. As always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough, so please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.